Get unstuck without leaving your car. Getting stuck with any vehicle can be a real pain in the rear. It will certainly ruin the next couple of hours if you got stuck deeply. And it can turn into a true nightmare if this happens to you far away from civilization in the wilderness. If you like to get out and shovel for hours in the deep mud, then have fun. But most people would prefer to not leave the safety of their cabin, especially during the most adverse conditions, and get going again immediately. It can be dangerous to get out in the heat of the jungle or in freezing temperatures during a blizzard. Emergency services cannot afford to get stuck and lose valuable time at all. If they can't respond to an emergency quickly, there can be serious danger to life. If trucks or tractors or construction vehicles have their wheels spinning, they lose hard cash any minute they are not moving. Not to mention the costs of the recovery. You think having a winch attached is going to save you any time? Forget it. A tree is seldomly there at the right place to put the rope around. Imagine the occupants of a military armored vehicle during combat when their tank or truck gets stuck. They can start praying, because now, they are an easy immobile target. The same is true for VIPs, money transporters or politicians in their armored limousines. They can get stopped by an ambush obstacle like burning barricades. But with our traction systems, they not only won't be able to get stuck anymore, they will also be able to let their vehicle climb over barriers to a certain extent. And if you like off-roading and have a great off-road car, you are going to have great fun just playing with your new traction system. Because it will enable you to go through extremely rough terrain in which even the toughest Jeep had to capitulate before. Our traction systems can be mounted to any vehicle. Cars, trucks, tractors, construction vehicles, and, of course, ATVs and buggies. The perfect preparation for the zombie apocalypse. Also, climate change is going to bring us ever more extreme weather. So the roads may not always be in the good shape you are used to. If you attach one of our traction systems to your vehicle, you get going again within seconds after you got stuck. Just push a button and the traction feet with their extremely rough profile get activated. They cling to the ground and then lift your vehicle. After that, it gets pushed horizontally on rails. Finally, it is lowered again and the feet are moved back to their starting position. This procedure can be repeated as often as you need, until you found a ground stable enough to drive on it again. Depending on your kind of vehicle and your preferences, there is a number of different traction systems available. Each has its special features and can do something the other systems can't. Seen here right now is the underfloor system. This is our best seller because it is cheap, lightweight, robust, and doesn't take away space elsewhere on the vehicle because it is mounted to the underfloor. Also, it provides high traction because the feet lift the vehicle near the center of gravity. This underfloor system can be attached to almost any vehicle. Most of the time it can be hidden so that it doesn't impede the ground clearance. In the few cases where it does, it is easily possible to lift the vehicle by 1 to 2 inches so that the ground clearance is the same as before. If you are interested in getting one of our systems assembled to your vehicle, just call us. We can either pick your car up and bring it to one of our garages. Alternatively, you can bring it yourself. In some cases, it is even possible that we can assemble the system onto your vehicle at your place. Or you can even do it yourself when the system can be delivered as one piece, which only needs to be attached with a few screws. If required in your country, we can provide you with a certificate from an international technical testing organization to ensure the high quality of our products. Never let bad traction ruin your day. This Golf has got our high-end system attached. It not only enables the shifting of the car forward and backward when lifted, but also sideways in both directions if you want to. Due to its 4 feet, this system makes climbing even more practical. We get to hear funny but sometimes also true horror stories from people who got stuck and because of that in a really bad situation. One couple from Germany went on an expedition in Africa in their Toyota Land Cruiser. They got stuck really badly during the rainy season. It was impossible to get the car going again, no matter how hard they tried in the pouring rain. So they had to wait for days until help arrived from a faraway village. They were lucky. Their supplies wouldn't have lasted for long anymore. Construction vehicles like wheel loaders are especially prone to getting stuck, because they mostly operate on loose ground. They are heavy, so when they lose their traction in mud, sand, or snow, the help of at least one more heavy vehicle is needed to pull them out again. This is especially expensive because not only does the stuck machine not work anymore, but also the second or more machines that come to help also don't earn money by doing their job. Don't ever get stuck in the wilderness. If you paid lots of money for a high-tech expedition vehicle with outstanding off-road capabilities, it is even more frustrating when you find out that even this kind of truck can reach its limits quickly. Far away from civilization, no one can help you. If, after hours of shoveling, you discover that you are not going to make it, you are in deep trouble, especially when the weather is bad as well. For pickup trucks, we can offer you a convenient alternative to, for example, the underfloor system. If you don't use your bed often, you can put a traction system on your bed which can be delivered as one block. This way, you can quickly assemble and also disassemble it when you don't need it. Because there is more space on the bed, you can put add-ons to your system which provide even more traction. For example, can you add ground nails or augers to the feet that are hydraulically forced into the ground, much deeper than the feet alone can penetrate it. Thereby the provided traction is as high as it can get and even the deepest and softest mud is traversable. Of course, the highest degree of freedom is provided with systems that lift the vehicle entirely, without any wheel still touching the ground. Different kinds of rigs, enabling this, were shown previously in this video. One more of these total lift systems will be shown later in the film, attached to the Australian fire engine. One thing our lifting devices can also accomplish, is performing a cool show. In places like, for example, Hollywood, almost every car on the road is very nice and exclusive. So even those great cars are getting boring to watch there. What if your supercar could suddenly lift itself up and climb over obstacles?